Eighth grade leaders. Today, we're going to begin session 10 of our eighth grade advisory program. The title of today's lesson is entitled Other Required Courses for Graduation. So today we'll be discussing PACE, health, physical education, fine arts, languages other than English, and electives. The lesson outcome for today is what are the classes that I must complete in order to fulfill graduation requirements? And one of our lingo to know that you should be familiar with today is non-negotiable. And non-negotiable means that you are going to be required to take these specific classes and you cannot substitute them with any other classes. So before we get started, everyone turn in your student work booklets to page 24, and that's where we're going to be working out of today as we go through and discuss these courses. The first course that we're going to discuss is PACE. PACE stands for Personal, Academic, and Career Exploration. This is a class that must be taken in ninth grade and is worth a half a credit or one semester. It cannot be taken in summer school. So every ninth grader will take this class at some point during their ninth grade year. So what I want everyone to do is to check off on page 24 in your student workbook. Go ahead and put a check in the box that is marked for PACE, because that's definitely a non-negotiable class that you have to take. The next class that is listed is health. Health is a required course for all students, and it is a half a credit course. And because it's a half a credit course, then most students like to go ahead and pair this class with PACE. So that means you'll take PACE one semester and health the second semester. And a lot of people do this because there are not very many semester courses available for ninth grade students. So that's why they go ahead and just stick health in that slot. Now, for those students who are interested in going into STEM or maybe studying the health science occupations, there's another health class that you can take that can substitute for this semester health course. The name of that course is called Principles of Health Science, and this can be used to satisfy the health requirement for graduation. And this is a one credit course, so it's a full year, and you can take this course in your 10th, 11th, or 12th grade. It is not an option to take as a ninth grader. So students who choose this option should go ahead and select another semester half a credit elective to go ahead and be paired with PACE. So for that instance, you could take, there's a medical terminology course that you can take, and that's good for students who are trying to go into the health field later on. Medical terminology is a class that is suggested before you take that health science course. Child development is another half a credit class that you can take, or like I said, there may be a couple of other semester courses that are available, but you'll have to refer to the course description booklet to see which ones those are. So on page 24, make sure you place a checkbox under PACE, and if you're taking health, then check health. If not, then go ahead and write underneath that you're going to be taking health science, and then put a little check by that so that you know when we go into entering this into our 4-year plan. The next course I want to talk about is physical education or equivalent. Remember that everyone is required to take at least one credit of PE, and you can take this either in 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th grades. You may even earn a maximum of 4 credits in PE towards graduation. So now refer to page 24 again in your student work booklet, and listed are the different courses that can satisfy the PE requirement or equivalent. Those courses are Foundations of Personal Fitness, and that is a semester course. There's an individual sports class. And that's a regular PE class where they may play like bowling or tennis, or there's a team sports class, which is again is another PE class where they might play things like volleyball or soccer or things of that nature. There's aerobic dance. If you participate in off-campus PE, that can satisfy your PE credit. If you are in junior ROTC, that can satisfy your PE credit. If you take band 1 and band 2, then that will satisfy your PE credit. And if you take cheerleading 1 and 2, that will satisfy your PE credit. And lastly, if you take dance or drill team, that will satisfy dance 2, that will satisfy your PE credit. And then you have any of your athletics classes. So instead of taking actual athletics in high school, the athletics courses are separated by particular sport. So if you're going to be playing football, then you would simply say football. If you're going to play basketball, it would be basketball or tennis or track or any of the other sports, cross country. So at this time, students, go ahead and check off the PE course that you are wanting to take on your worksheet in page 24 of your student booklet. And if you're choosing athletics, make sure you write the name of the sport that you plan to play for high school on the blank line. Moving on to fine arts. Remember that fine arts, you are required to have 1 credit in fine arts. Again, you can take this in either your 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th grade. The fine arts classes you can choose between art, music, dance, or theater. The art classes include drawing and painting, ceramics and sculpture, photography, and digital art and media. So they have those art classes are kind of separated into those 4 different topics. Now, students, if there's any of you who are now in Art 1 here in middle school right now, that course will satisfy your fine arts credit for graduation. If you are interested in taking any of the music classes, that's if you are in band, choir, or orchestra. Any of those courses will satisfy your fine arts credit. That's when it's taken in high school. And then there's theater. Theater includes theater arts, technical theater, which is where you kind of work, that's where they build the sets and things like that. And then theater production is a theater course where they work behind the scenes during the actual production of those plays and such, where you might work on lighting or, you know, the actual producing the play. So right now, students, go ahead and check off on your worksheet in page 24 which fine arts course you are wanting to take. Because remember, again, non-negotiable. So choose one from the list under fine arts. Then we move on to languages other than English. Now remember, you're required to have 2 credits of the same foreign language. And the different foreign languages that are available as listed are Spanish, French, German, and Latin. You'll see that in your student work booklet, American Sign Language is listed, but on your PowerPoint it is not. That is because American Sign Language is not offered at Cy-Fair or Cy Creek High School. The only 2 high schools that offer that actual course are Cy Ranch and Jersey Village. So because we don't feed into those schools, that would not be a choice option for you. If there's any student who's taken and successfully passed a foreign language class in middle school, you will receive high school credit for these courses. So if you're in Spanish or French right now, then you are receiving high school credit for those courses. If you've earned 2 credits in middle school, which means that you're currently in Spanish 2 or French 2, then you have satisfied your graduation requirement. Some universities may recommend or require a 3rd year of the same foreign language. So make sure that when you're looking into the schools that you want to attend, that you kind of take a look at what their entry requirements are to get into that school. to see if they are going to require a third year of foreign language. So go ahead, students, and check off which foreign language course that you are wanting to take to satisfy your foreign language credit. Or if you've already taken that, go ahead and check that off. And then lastly, we move into the elective section. Any course that you take to earn an endorsement will be considered an elective credit. If you pass all of your classes, you will meet this requirement with no problem. So you're required to have 6 electives credits. Remember, you have the 4 and then 2 additional for your endorsement. So any course that you take in middle school for high school credit can also count towards this requirement. And remember, we talked about some of those courses like tech or the professional communications class. If you took speech, that will count. If you have taken the Miss Carter's home ec classes, principles of hospitality and tourism, or principles of human services in the spring, those will give you elective credits as well. So now, students, what I want you to do is take your blue paper, the copy of your 4-year plan that you've been working on, and I want you to refer to the choices that you made on your worksheet on page 24 in your student work booklet, and go ahead and start filling in that information on your 4-year plan. Right now, we're just going to concentrate on adding in health. Add health in the blank next to PACE, unless you plan to take health science later. Add PE or whatever PE equivalent class that you're going to take. And then if you're going to be doing this for all 4 years or 2 years or 3 years, then make sure you add any of those additional years into your 4-year plan. So if you're going to do football, you write football all across the bottom. Volleyball all across the bottom. Band all across. Cheerleading all across. ROTC, same thing. And then add your fine arts course that you're going to take. Remember, if you're doing band, then you only need to list band once, because band takes care of PE and band takes care of fine arts as long as you take it for 2 years. Okay, so if you're going to do band all 4 years, just write band all 4 years across, and then that will satisfy your PE and and your fine arts credit. And then lastly, add your foreign language into your 4-year plan in any additional years that you desire to take foreign language. And that's all we're going to do today. We'll add in our electives during our next session. So teachers, if you could take some time to help monitor students to be able to do that. Now, students, I want you to be able to check your work. Listed on the screen is just an example of what everyone's plan should kind of look like. But remember that everybody's plan is going to be different based on what your personal choice is or what your endorsement is, what kind of activities you may be involved in. So as you can see, this person has their English 1, 2, 3, and 4, their algebra, geometry, algebra 2, and advanced algebra, biology, chemistry, physics, and aquatic science. They have their PACE/health. There's a blank in there. They added in U.S. history, government, and econ. Look, they're taking football all 4 years. They're going to take Spanish 2 and Spanish 3. And then they added in their world geography and their art 1. So they have all of their required courses in there. So you see they still have some blank spaces left over. So go ahead and check to make sure that you have 4 credits of English, 4 credits of math, 4 credits of science, at least 3 credits of social studies, the half a credit of PACE and half a credit of health, unless you're opting to take another half credit elective there instead of health, and you're going to take health later on, or you're going to take the health science class later on, at least 1 credit each of PE and fine arts, and at least 2 credits of foreign language, including the credits that you earned in middle school. So what's next? During our next session, we are going to add to our 4-year plan the courses that are needed for your endorsement option. and then add any additional courses of interest that you may choose. And then we'll make sure that we have 7 credits per year in our plan. Thank you, students, for paying attention today, and I'll see you for our next lesson.